Many of us had dream jobs when we were kids. Some wanted to be lawyers, others wanted to be doctors, and some of us wanted to be pilots. We wanted to pilot a massive plane, have all of the stewardesses around us all day long, and unfortunately that dream didn't become a reality for most of us. But even if you're not flying a plane now, you could get very, very close to it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MList. My name is Peter, and today we're taking a look at this stunning 2018 BMW M760i.
Skin the color of bark, clothes smelling like trees, digging my earth, are my roots and weeds. My truth bleeds right back in the arm. No scar, but I left my mark. My friend got clean, then no deed. Life is just that dark. Clothes smelling like trees, digging my earth, are my roots and weeds. My truth bleeds right back in the arm. No scar, but I left my mark. My friend got clean, then no deed. Life is just that dark. But life is just that bright, that when the sunset shines, I seen the graffiti writes. I'm back tonight with a sack to light in honor of the past I write.
When it comes to flying a plane, there's only two exciting parts in my opinion, the takeoff and the landing. And the takeoff being the more exciting, because in landing you're mostly just praying and hoping that the landing gear does its job. Well, on takeoff, the best part about it is the torque that's generated by the massive, usually Rolls-Royce engines on the vehicle that you're flying in, the airplane. Well, this car with the V12 and the N74 engine that's 6.6 liters with turbochargers, well, trust me when I say it, it's even more exciting than the takeoff feeling that you get in something like a Boeing. We're gonna start in the back because the back of this car is where the magic happens. Up front, you still have the magic, but with this seating package, this luxury lounge seating package, you get in here and you're the king of your own world. It doesn't matter if you're bankrupt. It doesn't matter if you owe $50,000 to Sally Mae for the first year of college that nobody ever needed, but hell, we get in here, we have wool floor mats. I mean, this is ridiculous, guys. I want you to remember that the same manufacturer that makes this car makes Rolls-Royce. The same manufacturer, BMW AG, yes, they make Rolls-Royce, and this vehicle has a lot in common with something like a Rolls-Royce Ghost, for example. When you sit here, you feel like you could sell anybody anything. You could sell somebody a car, you could sell somebody a course, or you could sell somebody's life to somebody else and profit off of it because you're in the back of this car. Soft closed doors, of course, this is a classic. A beautiful cerium gray trim that goes all the way around the vehicle. The trunk that can fit your entire household into it. It can fit your children, your wife if you don't want to see them. I think this generation of the BMW 7 Series combines that sportiness that BMW is known for. It combines all of the luxury that you ever need. I mean, this car looks so smooth. You tell everybody that you have 12 cylinders under your hood, but you're not screaming it. You have cerium gray everywhere, these trims, the bottom exhaust trims, everything is done with taste. And this car being finished in Singapore gray just combines it so incredibly well that under different lighting, it almost feels like your car's a different color every single time you see it. This is a proper BMW. Well, how? Because the rear is a 275 and the front is a 245. It's a staggered setup. And in a car like this, you really feel that paying off because this is a massive vehicle. I mean, it's huge. This rear door is the size of something like a smart car. It's insanely big. Everything is heavy. Everything is very luxurious, as you would expect from a 7 Series, but BMW maintains their ideology nonetheless. You still have handling. You don't have absolutely ridiculous body roll. You have power of an airplane behind your right foot when you press that pedal, and it's done so well. It's done in a BMW fashion that something like a Mercedes S-Class, well, unfortunately, I just don't think it can follow this car in the level of luxury. This car has the Bowers & Wilkins sound system. It lights up at night. It's what we saw in the 540 that we reviewed, and honestly, a lot of the features that I see on this car remind me of the 540, but in this car, they just flow a lot better because the 540 is kind of like a parts bin of luxury from the 7 and the sportiness from the 3. Well, this thing is a definite answer of what you wanted is what you got. You wanted luxury? Bang, this is it. Now, the strange part is that this car has the luxury seating package in the rear, like I said, which makes it a 4-seater, but it makes it an incredibly comfortable 4-seater, probably one of the best ones that you or I have ever been in. But as a passenger here, you don't get massage seats. So there's only 3 parts of this vehicle that have massage seats. It's the driver and the 2 passengers in the rear. The passenger here for some reason doesn't. I guess they're being disrespected by BMW because you're sitting passenger and not sitting in the back. So what the hell are you even doing here in the first place? This car has the BMW M Sport brakes. They're big, they're powerful, and they stop on a dime. But unlike the 540 that we reviewed previously, this car has a different brake tuning. It's a lot smoother. They come to a stop confidently, but they don't jam you right away as soon as you press the pedal. Everything about this car is just not as sensitive as your normal car. It's a lot smoother, it's detuned in certain ways, but also refined in others, making it one of the most elegant experiences you can have. Yes, it's made for the passenger. Yes, it's for the rear seat occupant, but even as a driver of this car, you want to spend time here. You don't want to spend time anywhere else after you've spent some time in here. You get into this driver's seat and you just feel like you're in a normal BMW again. There's nothing strange going on until you look in the rear, which is mind-blowing the first time you see how much space you have behind you. But sitting here, it's incredible. You feel like you're in a cockpit. You feel like you can make things happen. You definitely feel like you have a lot of confidence behind you. It's a very confidence-inspiring vehicle as a whole, which is just the general genre of BMW, but this vehicle in particular does not lose it despite all the comfort that you get. Now, as I mentioned, this car has the N74. This is a massive 6.6 liter gas guzzling beast that's turbocharged and that's tuned so well that taking off in an airplane will almost feel like second nature to you after you spend some time driving this car. BMW V12s are known for that coin test. When you put a coin on the engine and it's running, you could even rev it and the coin is going nowhere. And this vehicle follows the same ideology that BMW has followed for the 20 years that they've made V12s for. Of course, this car features the BMW individual display key, which is a massive device that you can unlock and lock the car from, drive it on there, do whatever you need to do, watch Instagram Reels when you're bored, and it just does it really, really well. Everything is tilted towards the driver here. The display, the center console, everything's twisted towards you. You have your cockpit here, you're centered, the M logo is on the center screen. You know that you're the driver of this vehicle. You're not just a passenger that just happens to be controlling the steering wheel. BMW maintains their ideology of focusing the vehicle around the driver, even in a car like this, where the person that is going to be spending the most time here, the owner, is probably going to be in the back. Taking off in this vehicle feels like taking off. You have a button here, a lot of buttons, okay? You can choose your modes, your sport, your comfort, whatever you need to do. And you have a button with a vehicle and a little up-down arrow, which is your air suspension. You can click it, the vehicle starts raising, even on the go, and things become so smooth and so airy that it almost feels like you just added a pillow under your seat, which is already feeling like a pillow on a couch. The torque in the 760 is one of the greatest feelings that you'll ever feel. We know diesels for being the torquey ones, but with the 12-cylinder petrol engine, 6.6 liters, this car has 590 pound-feet of torque, and you feel every single pound of it. When you press it off the line, we're doing about 20 right now. You press it a little bit, and you just get pushed in so smoothly that you don't even realize you're accelerating, but all of a sudden, we're doing 40. Of course, in a 55. Looking at the rear seat from here, you think there's two cars that you're handling, not one. It's so long, it's so massive back there. As a driver, and when you're looking forward, you don't realize it. It's only when you turn back that you realize how long this car really is. That's another thing that's so great about BMW is how they're able to shrink the size of such a massive, heavy car. This car is over 5,100 pounds, and yet on a road, when you're going straight and taking slight turns, it feels like it's maybe at most 4,000 pounds, nothing more. Obviously, it's really, really quiet here. Like I said, BMW makes Rolls-Royce, they own them, and they own the technology that comes with Rolls-Royce, and a lot of that technology has made it into this car and makes it an incredibly joyful experience every single time you're behind its wheel. The 7 is known for being BMW's flagship model, but the 760 with the V12 is a dying breed that you don't want to miss. It's important we not forget that this is an M760i. It's an M Lite of its own regard with a V12, which is a bigger engine than BMW M has ever produced in their own M division. So what we do is we click Sport right here. Everything gets tighter. The transmission just kicked us up. We can even put it into S mode. And we're gonna try to just merge on a highway and see what happens. There's so much torque that when you think you're out of torque, you press it a little more and there's just more happening there. It dives into the corner very nicely. You definitely feel the weight, a lot going on, but when you push it, the ZF8 is magnificent as it usually is. It handles this V12 power so well. The way the torque converter works in this car is incredible. You have power at literally every single RPM range that you can imagine. You have it at the low, you have it at the high, you have it in the middle, and it's realized so well because of how big this engine is that you're in a land yacht that you can also handle and turn without, you know, having that Mercedes body roll or that Audi slop. When you want to relax and you're cruising on the highway, we go back into comfort, we turn the air suspension back up, and now we are able to take business calls as a driver. We're able to conduct any type of maneuvers that we need to, still in comfort mode. And we just enjoy the road so much that even roads in New Jersey start to feel like you're somewhere on the Autobahn with the newest pavement available to mankind. You're just floating. You don't feel anything. None of the sticks on the road, none of the little bumps. I'm watching the Subaru in front of me absolutely grapple for its life with its suspension. And yet I'm sitting here in these Napa seats, just living my best life. Yes, you're still in a 7 Series. Yes, you're massive and you're heavy and you're long and you're soft, but you're still in an M Performance sedan, and you still know that the guys in Bavaria know exactly what they're doing, regardless of whether they're working with a tiny little 2 Series or an absolute massive 7. They still add their spice to it, and you're able to enjoy it as much as you need to. Now, of course, it's a 12-cylinder. Of course, it's got a lot of technology, not only inside, but also behind the drivetrain and the engine of this vehicle. So the maintenance costs over the years are going to be quite high. However, with this specific example from Specialty Pre-Owned having 27,000 miles, I think you cannot go wrong with this. Brand new, this vehicle had an MSRP of over $174,000. Guys, that's almost $200,000 in 2018. Now, this car can be acquired just under $60,000 with basically virgin miles, a virgin interior, and a powertrain that you're gonna remember for the rest of your life because of its smoothness and its massive, massive, massive amounts of torque and power that will make, honestly, most other BMWs feel illegitimate. A huge shout out to Specialty Pre-Owned in Kearney, New Jersey for letting us review this vehicle. They have an incredible inventory of incredibly spec'd vehicles from BMW to Porsche, sometimes even to your rare supercars. These guys do it all. Thank you very much. Please check them out at the link below. The thing is, with this car, you can't really squeeze anywhere. We just had a 430 in front of us, the G chassis, squeeze into the tiny little gap, and we were trying to have a little bit of fun with it. But because you have so much body behind you, you're just not able to take some gaps that you can in something like a regular vehicle, because believe me when I say it, this is not your regular car. Sitting in the back of this car, you not only feel like you are where you belong because of how your wildest dreams in your life dictate it, but also just by the way this car was designed. There are so many buttons back here that I don't think I've ever seen a car that has so much going on in the back. Let's start with probably one of the most ridiculous features of the 7 Series, which is a beautiful Samsung tablet that has the BMW interface integrated into, where you control anything from your interior lighting that turns on this gorgeous lamp over there. There's a lamp. You can look at yourself in a lamp if you want. There's also a mirror for the backseat passenger. You can look at yourself and it's so far away that you can almost see your entire body. You can see how you're doing in the gym. You can track your progress with this mirror. You can do anything that you want. This iPad is a ridiculous little quirk that makes this car stand out from the competition, because it has an iPad that you can take home with you and still control your car there. And then when you're done, you put it right back here, it clicks into place, and then it grabs it with the little arms on the side. You can also control your seat in front of you. You can move it away from you if you want. You can also adjust this display up and down, regardless of what you want to do. There is a display in front of you. You have your own sunroof, because of course you need to have your own sunroof to look at the sun. It's too far away to look in the front because of how long the car is. The driver's getting massaged. The driver's also able to control the vehicle. The driver feels confident, unlike a Mercedes, which is so confidence infuriating. This car is confidence inspiring for the driver, and that just makes you feel so much better as the rear seat passenger, because you know that you can trust in your driver to trust the vehicle and to do what's right in even the worst of situations. When I say the front seat is far away, I mean it, guys. There's a little beautiful cubby for your feet, for you to put them, and now you're laying down in the back of a $174,000 vehicle that you picked up right under 60 grand. What we have here is a table. It's hiding in our own center console that we have here, our own armrest, and here we have a beautiful table that we can take out, put our computer here, and because of how smooth the brakes are on this car and how smooth the acceleration is, you can type and enjoy your time while resting your feet on the seat in front of you on the little feet cubby. Now, as a typical owner of the BMW M760i, you would imagine that you get something like a little service on this iPad, and you call your assistant and you tell her, "Алло, Марина, пожалуйста, кофе с молоком, я буду через 15 минут." And then you put it down. You are continuing to do your work on the computer here. The tablet did its thing. And now you can enjoy your life for as much of it as you need to. Алло, Марина. Марина. Кто такая Марина? The ergonomics of the rear seat passenger here are beyond my understanding. You have buttons for everything. You can drop this to look at the peasants that are walking outside, and then when you're bored of looking at them, you just put it back up. You have a cigarette ashtray for the best enjoyment of this vehicle, which is right here, and then it just comes out and your car wash guys clean it. Everything is so well done. You have climate control, you have absolutely incredibly massive speakers. It's a business class jet, this car, and the way it handles, the way it feels is so incredible, even in the back seat here, that honestly, sitting in the back of any other vehicle after this will make you feel like you just made a big mistake. Massive amounts of storage in this car. You can store bones, you can store little children, you can even store items if that's what your thing is, all around this car. Massive door tray, massive cubby there with more climate controls if the iPad is a little too difficult for you. You have massive space over here. I mean, just so much space in this car. You could pack your stuff around here and have this as a portable suitcase if that's your thing, because going on long trips in this car will honestly feel so good that you're gonna want to spend more time here than you will at the Airbnb that your destination is. You may ask yourself, well, why would I get such a big car? I don't need all this space, but believe me, it's better to have space than not to have it. When you own a coupe, which I own a coupe and I've owned a few coupes in the past, I always think that, well, I'm never gonna have rear seat passengers. What am I gonna do with all this stuff? But you need two things when you own this car. You need to have a friend and you need to have money for the gas. But if you have a friend, they're gonna love driving it so much because they get a massage, they get a powerful V12 that's so incredible that it's honestly, I don't have enough words to explain it. And they're gonna love driving this car. And you in the back here can solve all of the questions that life brings up to you. They'll tell you this car is for the grandpa. It's way too smooth and way too soft for a young guy, and why would you ever buy this? It's a 7, get an M3, get an M5. But I want to remind you that this is the closest we have ever gotten to an M7, the flagship of BMW. All of the technology that the brand has is packed into this vehicle. I mean, it's using technology from Rolls-Royce. The massage seats are the same exact massage seats that you get on a Rolls-Royce Ghost. They're the same exact thing. You can code in Rolls-Royce chimes and switch out the little BMW logo, which would be total pornography. Please don't do that, but you could, and you have a Rolls-Royce. I mean, nobody's going to be able to tell a difference, guys, and it's so much more aggressive. It's sportier, it handles, it can do everything you need it to as a driver, and as a passenger, you enjoy all of these luxuries. And believe me, luxury is not something that you have to enjoy when you're 60 or 70. It's something that you can enjoy in your 20s because of the awesome depreciation that these cars have. And again, with it having the M behind it, you're still getting a V12 that's tuned by BMW M. You're still getting a transmission that handles everything so well, also tuned by BMW M. And the most important thing, the handling, tuned by who? Tuned by BMW M. So the luxury is just a beautiful addition to a performance vehicle that you're going to love and enjoy because it's going to bring you so much fun and do it so incredibly well that you're just going to remember my words and say, well, BMW is probably the best brand out there, whether anybody likes that statement or not. In a way, this is the ultimate driving machine of its own kind. It's not your typical going sideways rear-wheel drive BMW. It's an X-Drive with massive power, massive numbers, and massive weight. But it does what it's intended to so well that competition, well, it gets blown out of the water. Thank you guys for watching MList. My name was Peter, and this was the incredible 2018 BMW M760i. We'll see you in the next one.